Alright, I'm sick of waiting. We're still waiting on switches, we're waiting on a mixer. I don't want to wait any longer. I'm going to start the wiring. All I need is the switch. We're just getting into it.
Our bus is officially uprooted, and though we're not on the road yet, we are also not home anymore. We have been plunged into Victoria's cold, foggy mornings and nights and have been settling into our new life on the road and on other people's properties. Do you guys like the way Sam's tiring out the dogs on a rainy day?
Go boys, get him.
It's been a really interesting adjustment period for us at the moment with living on the bus, because we've actually found out that around 5:36, when it starts to get dark, the mosquitoes absolutely annihilate this place. Like, they are attracted to this window especially. We had maybe 20 to 30 mosquitoes just like waiting to get in the other night, which is not ideal when that's the only vent that we have going while we're cooking in here. So it means we have to open that window while we're cooking. So I've been trying to get into a habit of starting to cook earlier in the day so that it's all ready to go for the most part when it's evening time and dark. I'm gonna get to making that while Sam runs out the dogs, and then check in with you guys later.
Alright guys, we've got a really exciting project, but also very daunting project for me, because we're working on the 12 volt today. It's been something I haven't been dedicating my mind to very much, because I've been trying to work out the plumbing and get everything else done. But essentially, I made certain plans towards the lighting system that have changed over time. So, for example, when I originally designed it and ran the cabling, it was going to be 24 volt. That has changed to 12 volt now. Which is fine because the distances I'm traveling are pretty short. We've changed the type of lighting that we're going to be using as well. So we've gone to strip lighting, which is great because that means I can have the cable, 12 volt cable, run a short distance to a switch, and then the strip will run the distance. So it has all worked out great, but the problem is that I put a lot of cabling behind the walls, and that makes things pretty difficult because I can't change those. We put them through grommets, which was, you'll remember from quite a few episodes ago now, we ran them through like rubber hose. And because we could get a really tight fit, so there would be no wobbling going on, no friction against metal. But it means I can't thread any more through, I can't thread any more excess. And one of the biggest issues I'm having right now is, for example, this is my 240. And I had planned to have this run into a fuse box right here, just below the entrance point into this storage box. But of course, we had Wise Energy swoop in like superheroes and produce this amazing system for us. But the problem is that this cable does not reach the fuse box. So I'm running into all these interesting issues that happen when you plan things and you commit to plans and then change them afterwards. So that's what I'm working on today. I've just salvaged an entire cable. We've decided to not run 12 volt to one side of the bus up the front. And Diane and I have pulled as much excess out this side. So I do have one 12 volt cable that does have enough excess to run. The cable that I pulled out of the front is sitting right here. We'll be using that to run to the kitchen. Now the one to the kitchen is the shortest distance, and I'm going to go under the floor for that. I have decided I might run it through some tubing just to protect it, but that is going to be running the pump and the hot water system. The hot water system is mainly going to be running off gas. We have leaned more towards gas. Once again, a decision that we made before we knew that these superheroes were coming in to save the day. But we were okay with that because we don't have too much solar. We'd rather be running off gas, and it's an affordable option for us. We can always upgrade more towards electrics, solar in the future. So yeah, I've just spent the morning walking around, standing around pondering while Diane's being very productive, and I've made decisions on exactly what we're going to be doing. So we are going to be running strip lighting all along the windowsills of one side of the bus, the couch side of the bus. we're going to be running a puck light system, which will be 240 volt, and it'll be a really simple switch in the cabinetry, so we can light all that up. We're going to have a strip light around the front of the bus, which is where a lot of my music gear is going to end up being. And we're going to have a strip light in the bathroom as well. We've decided we're going to go with our really dim, subtle solar lighting in the bedroom because that gives us the power to just place it wherever we want it to be. So the only other lighting to decide on is the lighting in the kitchen. As I was saying, we've made some decisions about how the lighting is going to be done in the bedroom and the bathroom, which means this that I installed, which was actually meant to go into a wall that was meant to be here, is now redundant. So what we're doing instead is we're going to put the switch up here, and that is going to switch on the light to the bathroom. And then, as I said, we're going to have solar lights in the bedroom that will just be like little, dim lights. Which means I don't need all of this excess anymore. I only need enough to put into the switch, which is great because I need this cabling. Give myself plenty to work with. Can't go back now. And that gives me plenty of room to put a switch in up here. And now I've got cabling for the under the sink. Butt connector. Just gonna clean up these ends. I got a bit worried because the cable that I pulled out of the bus, which I've got a lot of this spare 2.5mm cabling, it's very clearly copper wiring. And this solar cable that I'm using to run my 12 volt down the bus is silver, which implies like aluminium or something. But I just realized that it is not aluminium. It is also copper. It's just tinned copper. You can see the copper color on the end there. I don't know if you can see it, but yep. So which means I am going copper to copper, which is good.
So Sam's wired these two bits together that are going to go up at the top.
We're testing lighting.
Woo! So bright.
Yeah. Hey guys, so you've just watched me doing a bit of work upstairs, trying to get the lighting all installed, and what I've realized is that I'm still waiting on some switches so that we can, switch our lights on and off. But one section of the bus, we're actually using a remote control as well, so that way we can switch the power on as we come into the bus. But then in the kitchen we have like a little controller that we can just turn it on and off. Then we don't have to go to the front of the bus to switch that particular light on and off. Because I've got that Bluetooth switch connected to that little dongle on that light, it means I can install it right now without the switch, and then we have a light until all that comes in. So I came down here to hook up the 12 volt line, which is this one here. I gave it a bit more space the other day, and then I of course came in here and it's a giant mess and it was irritating me, so I started the process of cable managing. So I went and bought these adjustable cable clips the other day and some cable clamps as well, and I've just started the process of clamping things in place, excess wiring, like I've got the battery cables tucked off to the side here now as well, just to stop too much of that that rattling and rumbling that's typically going to happen. I'll probably add a few more in some particular places, just making sure there's no pressure on things. And so that way when I run this, I can actually get it nice and snug. Like I haven't exactly decided how it's going to run. So it has to run, it's this black one here, and it has to run eventually into this DC section right here. The positive's coming in the front, the negative's coming in the back, and it's grounding up here. So I need to run my cable in this one here, and I have to run the positive straight into this unit, which you can see it's coming up through here, through the breaker, and then down into the next one with this copper, whatever it is. I think it's just a connector between them, and it's running back down into here. So I need to plug the positive into the bottom of channel 1 and then also run my negative up into here to ground. So all I've done is I've just put the negative and the positive directly onto the light with this Bluetooth shunt right here. So I've just hooked them straight up. So when I activate the DC power, that should light up, and then I should be able to use the controller to turn it on and off. So,
all right, give it a go. Woo! It worked.
Oh, it's working. Oh man. Sweet relief. Wow, that's really bright.
It looks great.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
All right, so let's test this remote.
You like the kitchen?
Love it. Just can't wait for it to be finished so that we don't have stuff everywhere. Shelves. Shelves are next. Well,
What's cooking?
I'm doing stir fry. Chicken, probably Hokkien noodle stir fry. Oh yeah.
We had to order a few more sets of lights, so while we wait for this, I just want to say make sure you subscribe. There are some big changes coming for the bus in the next few weeks, and you don't want to miss any of it. See you back here again next time.